Thanks for checking out this video. So let's talk about what's coming to Shudder in August. But quick disclaimers. First of all, sorry for the kind of drowned rat look that's going on here. I just literally got out of the shower and wanted to do this video. So going to do that real quick. Also, if my energy level is lower, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like running on empty at the moment. Been really busy, kind of exhausted. But I want to make sure I got this video out. So here we go. The Shudder originals and exclusives, gonna go over those first. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what they're doing this month. Like for a while, they were doing it where every single Thursday they had their Shudder original or exclusive coming out, and then all of a sudden they had a few where it's like next week, two that are coming out are on Monday. That's for Moloch and This Is Guar, and I'll be dropping both my no spoiler reviews that day. But then for August, there's like one's on a few on Thursdays, there's one on a Monday, there's one on a Tuesday, and on a Friday. So like they're just like it's all over. And there's like 1 week where there's none, and there's like 2 weeks where there's two. It's like I don't know what they're doing. I think it's just easier if they go back to just doing every Thursday, because then everyone knows every Thursday. But that's my side rant a little bit. But just know that for all the Shudder originals and exclusives, I have reviews coming out, no spoiler reviews that come out the week of, or if it's coming out on like a Monday or a Tuesday, it'll be like the end of the week prior. So you can always look out for those. The first one coming that's a Shudder exclusive is called Allegoria. That's coming Monday, August 1st. A group of artists' lives become unwittingly entangled as their obsessions and insecurities manifest monsters, demons, and death. Oh man. The directorial debut of Power Man 5000 lead singer Spider-One. I'm going to have low expectations for that one until I see it. We'll see. Because when Glenn Danzig decided to do it, didn't go well. Hopefully Spider-One does better. We'll see. Then Thursday, August 4th, we're getting What Josiah Saw. Everyone in town knows about the haunted Graham farm on Willow Road. You'll hear there's a bad history to it. Josiah and his youngest brother Thomas are all that remain of this estranged family, but after experiencing terrifying visions from beyond, Josiah decides they must change their ways to right a great wrong. After being away for over 2 decades, Eli and Mary, Josiah's eldest children, are enticed to sell the property and reunite at the old farmhouse in hopes of closing this haunting chapter of their lives for good. Sins of the past will be paid for in full. That's a Shudder original. We'll see. Then coming Thursday, August 18th, Glorious. In Glorious, Ryan Quanten plays a young man who is spiraling out of control after a bad breakup. His situation worsens after he finds himself locked inside a rest stop bathroom with a mysterious figure played by Oscar-winning J.K. Simmons, who is awesome, speaking to him from an adjacent stall. That just sounds like it's a setup for a comedy, to be honest, but hey. As he tries to escape, he realizes he is an unwilling player in a situation bigger and more terrible than he could have imagined. That's a Shudder exclusive. Then the next one coming is one I've seen people wanting Shudder to get, and here you go. Here's your early Christmas, I guess, or Halloween. The Innocents, coming Thursday, August 18th. During the bright Nordic summer, a group of children reveal mysterious powers, but what starts out innocent soon takes a dark and violent turn in this gripping supernatural thriller written and directed by Oscar nominee Eskil Vogt. It's a Shudder exclusive. I've read an article in Roomward magazine about it, and it sounds awesome. So I'm excited for that one. So Vam, coming Tuesday, August 23rd. Kurt is an outcast in a conservative town who dreams of moving to the city to be a famous drag queen. When he is kidnapped by a predatory old vampire and killed, he is rescued just in time to be resurrected by a gang of rebellious vampires who feed on bigots and abusers. So Vam is the feature debut film of Alice Mayo Mackey, a trans teen filmmaker based in Australia. It's a Shudder exclusive. That sounds good. I'm into it. Watcher, coming Friday, August 26th. As a serial killer stalks the city, a young actress who just moved to town with her boyfriend notices a mysterious stranger watching from across the street in this terrifying thriller. Shudder exclusive. Sounds good. I'm into it. Then they usually will do some sort of like collection coming for the month. So August collection is George A. Romero films. So they will be dropping some additional George A. Romero films, which I'm excited about. So it looks like immediately they're going to be dropping the ones I'm about to throw out first. Creepshow. I'm not going to describe Creepshow. It's a classic, wonderful horror anthology film. If you have not seen it, make sure you see it while it's on Shudder. Land of the Dead, a legendary filmmaker George A. Romero's latest undead epic finds humanity's last remnants battling to survive the unspeakable truth. The zombie hordes besieging their city are evolving. That's weirdly written, but sure. Monkey Shines. Injected with human brain cells, a super intelligent female monkey is enlisted to help a wheelchair-bound quadriplegic get on with his life. But as you can assume, things don't go well. I do need to see that one. The Crazies. I'm most excited for that one because I haven't seen it yet, and I really need to. Ordinary citizens turn into homicidal maniacs after a chemical weapon is released in George A. Romero's 1973 follow-up to Night of the Living Dead. After a mercifully brief foray into romantic comedy, Romero returned to the subject that made him famous: multiple maniacs attacking unsuspecting townspeople, and the government's misguided response to the chaos. I'm excited. Season of the Witch, which had been on there previously, so they're re-adding it. After Night of the Living Dead, master of horror George A. Romero turned his eye to witches. On the surface, Joan Mitchell has it all: family, friends, and a beautiful home, equipped with all the latest appliances. But when a neighbor educates her on the practice of witchcraft, Joan believes she's discovered the perfect antidote to her monotonous suburban existence and embarks upon a dark path that would lead to a shocking conclusion. And yes, if people didn't know a little bit of trivia, apparently it's reported that Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was a nod to this Romero film. The Season of the Witch part, like not stuff like really taken for the film. It's just kind of a nod to him. The next few I'm not going to read the descriptions for because they're very well known films. This is not Romero, but Carrie. Carrie is coming. If you have not seen Carrie, based off the Stephen King book, it is wonderfully amazing. I just saw it for the first time within the past year and blown away. Love it. De Palma does an amazing job. Check out Carrie. Misery, which I'm going to be honest, I have not seen Misery, so I'm pretty happy that Shudder is adding it for August. I'm going to need to make that one a priority. That's well-known. James Caan, Kathy Bates. Definitely going to watch that. Salem's Lot, that's another one. Also a Stephen King film. These are all like Stephen King related ones, just so people know, which is interesting that like they're like, oh, it's George A. Romero and Stephen King collections. My bad. I should have read the whole thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Carrie, Misery, Salem's Lot, which I also need to see Salem's Lot. I have the book. I haven't read it yet, but I'll be getting to it. I'm going to read the Salem's Lot one because that's might not be as known. Driven by inner forces even he cannot understand, novelist Ben Mears returns to his hometown to write about a mysterious mansion that has intrigued him since childhood. But he discovers a horrifying secret. The community is slowly becoming a village of vampires. Yeah. Then there's Firestarter, also based off the Stephen King book, which I think has Drew Barrymore, a very young Drew Barrymore in it. Based on a Stephen King novel, the supernatural thriller stars Drew Barrymore as Charlie McGee, a young girl whose ability to start fires with her mind has dire consequences for everyone around her. Then there's going to be the series Firestarter Rekindled added. A maniacal agent has a personal score to settle with a woman who can start fires with her mind. Then there's Cat's Eye, which I'm not going to read the description for Cat's Eye. It's another anthology film. It's not nearly as good as Creepshow. I've seen it. It's decent, though. I'd say go ahead and check it out, but horror anthology. Then Needful Things. Sheriff Alan Pangborn is baffled and a bit scared. Almost overnight, the residents of Castle Rock, Maine, the normally peaceful seaside community he serves, seem to have gone mad. Yeah, I've heard Needful Things pretty good. Now, all the other films. Coming August 3rd, the next 3 films I'm going to mention. Amityville, The Evil Escapes. I'm not going to read the description for these 3 films because they're sequels to the Amityville Horror. All 3 of them are. And I don't want to read descriptions because if people haven't seen the original, which I haven't. But I'm going to be doing it very, very soon, so I'm going to rectify that. I know, I'm sorry, people. So they're adding Amityville: The Evil Escapes, Amityville: A New Generation, and Amityville: Dollhouse. So maybe after I watch the original, I need to watch those. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Are they worth it? Here they might not be, but let's find out. Then coming August 8th are the next two films. The Oracle. Young Jenny Jorgens begins communicating with the ghost of a murdered embezzler named William Graham. Her disbelieving husband Ray thinks that she's gone insane. Jenny is eventually enlisted by Graham's spirit to avenge his asphyxiation. That sounds kind of interesting. Then Freeway. Vanessa Lutz, a teenage delinquent, runs away from her prostitute mother and perverted stepfather to live with her grandmother. While on her way, she meets Bob Wolverton, a charming yet sadistic serial killer. Fearing for her life, she attempts to kill Bob, but Bob makes himself appear the victim, and Vanessa is sent to jail. Now she must escape and clear her name before he can strike again. That's a story. That's a lot going on there. Might have to check that one out. Then the next two films are coming August 9th. Motherly. A vengeful couple invades her home. Whose home? Her who? This is badly written. When a vengeful couple invades her home, a single mother is forced to do whatever it takes to defend her daughter. Okay, simplistic. Pass. Marionette. A therapist loses her grip on reality when a 10-year-old boy claims he can control her future. Very brief. Pass. The next three are coming August 16th. Alone with You. As a young woman painstakingly prepares a romantic homecoming for her girlfriend, their apartment begins to feel more like a tomb when voices, shadows, and hallucinations reveal a truth she has been unwilling to face. Maybe. Akura, spelled Achoura. Four childhood friends are reunited when one of them surfaces after 20 years, forcing them to confront a creature straight out of a spine-chilling Moroccan legend. Huh, that sounds interesting. Bloody Oranges. A retired couple enters a dance contest. A corrupt politician, a girl eager to lose her virginity, and a young lawyer spelled Lawer, mind you, lawyer obsessed with social status. A seemingly benign look into the daily Livefess, Livefes. They're getting lazy here. Shudder's getting lazy with the write-ups. Into the daily lives goes haywire in this shocking black comedy. Proofread these. Shudder, proofread these. Please. My goodness. Bloody Oranges. That said, Bloody Oranges sounds interesting. By the way, I came prepared. My throat's getting dry. This is a perfect time to show this off. Yes, my wife did get me this super sweet mug, I guess you would call it, with all the icons on it. Horror. She knows me. Works very well for quenching your thirst. Just saying. Okay, now I lost my space. Where am I? Okay. Then the last four films are coming August 22nd. Excuse me. 100 Monsters. In the first of a trilogy of yokai, which are Japanese supernatural spirits films, written by Tetsuro Yoshida and released in the late 60s, a greedy slumlord's attempts to forcefully evict his tenants invite the wrath of the titular yokai when a cleansing ritual is botched with terrifying results. That sounds fun. Might check that out. Spook Warfare. In the second yokai film, an evil Babylonian vampire is inadvertently awoke by treasure hunters, and a brave samurai teams with the yokai to defeat the bloodthirsty demon. Also sounds fun. May check that out. Along with ghosts, in the last of the trilogy, the yokai are roused to defend a young girl on the run from deadly Yakuza. Awesome. The injection of Yakuza gets me. I'm a big Takashi Miike fan, and there's been lots of Yakuza in Miike films, so love it. And the last film, coming to Shudder for August, Snake Girl and the Silver-Haired Witch. Noriaki Yuasa, director of the much-beloved Gamera series, big kaiju, adapts the works of horror manga pioneer Kazuo Umezu. A young girl named Sayuri is reunited with her estranged family after years in an orphanage, but trouble lurks within the walls of a large family home. Her mother is an amnesiac after a car accident 6 months earlier. Her sullen sister is confined to the attic, and a young housemaid dies inexplicably of a heart attack just before Sayuri arrives. Is it all connected to her father's work studying venomous snakes? Good question. And is the fanged serpentine figure that haunts Sayuri's dreams the same one spying on her through holes in the wall? Man, that's an interesting sounding flick. Might need to definitely check that one out. But anyway, as usual, please give me your recommendations in the comments of films coming for August that you think I should definitely try and watch. It doesn't mean I definitely will watch and review them, but it means that I will be cognizant of them. Some of them I may get to, some may not, because I'm busy and I can't review everything I want to, unfortunately. But let me know what sounds good to you, what I should try to watch, what I should try to stay away from. Put it in the comments. Do me a quick favor, also hit subscribe to my channel if you haven't, if you want to help me out. You want to keep me motivated, keep doing videos like this. Literally, I just do this for you guys so that people know what's coming and you can get excited. But yeah, subscribe, please. Also hit the notification bell button because then you'll know when I'm putting up new videos, including videos like this. I appreciate that. But regardless, thanks for taking your time to watch this. And until next time, keep it brutal.